So I got some real interesting stuff that I need to say to you all right now. And it's about Miss Mariah Huck. And I'm like, come on through, Cookie. I'm going up on my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on this video. I have some stuff I got to talk to y'all about. And it's a whole situation of backpedaling and pussy popping, which I should have known. I really should have known. Miss Mariah, see, back in the past, Heavenly has said several times that Mariah is a liar. She has said this, and it's been all this arguing back and forth. Oh no, Heavenly's this and Quad is that, and this one is this and that, and no, Mariah. Well, it's all on video now, honey. Hollywood Unlocked. Jason Lee and Giovanni interviewed Heavenly and Mariah. And guess what Mariah sat on there and did? Lied, honey. She's a liar. Just like Heavenly said. I said, here we go. Real live reality TV. Jason, you didn't even realize it. You filmed one of the best episodes of Married to Medicine that we've seen. They were doing an interview and fucking ended up arguing. I said, oh my God. And it was just like the shit on the show. I said, are these bitches two fierce old actresses? Or is this what really goes on and this is how you really feel about each other? I just did a review this past Sunday and I was saying, oh my gosh, you know, have they buried the hatchet? The whole thing with Mariah and Quad, and you know the girls were kind of coming after Quad, and Mariah kind of like stood in there and was like, well, no, she's not shading you all. It's just this. And I was like, well, that was really, really nice. And I had said, you know, I give Mariah a hard time. I do. I give her a hard time. And in turn, you guys give me a hard time about me not liking Mariah. I don't really give a shit. I still don't like Mariah. I don't. She's not my kind of people. She's not. She just doesn't rub me well. But for what she does and who she is, I have respect for her. I have respect for her talent and the fact that she put this together. Nothing but respect. From one writer to another fellow writer and a creator. Hey, I am here for it and I live. I always give her props when I think her props are due. I do think she's pretty. I love a lot of the stuff that she wears. As a matter of fact, she looked absolutely gorgeous on Hollywood Unlocked. Absolutely gorgeous. Hair on point, makeup on point, dress on point. Heavenly, she looked all right. But Mariah was thoroughly the fuck together on Hollywood Unlocked. But bitch, you sat there and lied. That whole bullshit that we saw, this whole hyped up situation that we saw on the first episode, you basically lied. Now I guess it's going to play out throughout the season, but from what I'm hearing in this conversation back and forth, it was like you kind of lied about having receipts about Damon and all this, and now we're to believe that you've been going around doing interviews, and in your interviews, you've been apologizing now that this stuff is actually airing. Classic Mariah. Fake, shady, whatever. And that's fine, because that's TV. So I'm even let that slide. That's TV. That's cool. But all this other shit, no, she ain't buried no hatchet with Quad. She sat in that interview and she came after Quad. She came after Jackie. She gave Jackie and Quad the complete fucking blues. the blues. Literally just came right out, and they would say, well, we sometimes Quad doesn't, and it was all Quad for 40 minutes. For 40 minutes, she talked more about Quad than Quad talked about Quad, and when she did her interview. And Jason was like, I really liking your this interview because you're really coming on out with the real stuff. Because Quad was more, said Quad was more of like a Southern Belle. She was too motherfucking pulled up for Jason. She wasn't messy enough. See, everybody thinks Miss Quad is a fucking mess. She can be, but she's not. Right now, she's on her Quad Luxford shit. She's not on the Miss Squad shit. So when she's doing her interviews, she's promoting the product. She's promoting Sister Circle. She's promoting her cookbook and whatever else she has going on. So no, she's not being messy. She's not being a messy bitch. But she could give you that too. But Honey Mariah's coming right behind her. Mariah was giving Honey, no, she gave you what she really is. She is fake. That's really who she is. I said, well, girl, wait a minute. Just Sunday, you was being cool. And now here we go again. Now you back at it again. And I said, this is cray. I said, girl, she right back at it again. Girl, you know how to get it started, honey. You see that arguing with Quad and bitching with Quad keeps you relevant. That's all it is. And it's cool. But just admit it, girl. Heavenly, the whole time they were doing the interview, Heavenly was coming back and saying, no, Quad's really not like that, this, that, the other. She was kind of upholding Quad, upholding Jack. She's like, no, I love Jackie. She's like, Jackie's like the great black hope, this, that, the other. Oh, I don't see her that way. I don't see her that way. She was holding it together for a little while. And then that's why I said, like, when you're an actress, some people just can't act that well. At some point, the real you's going to come out. Mariah was doing really good the first 20 minutes or so. But then the real Mariah came out, honey. Mariah Huck is a bitch. That's all there's to it. She couldn't hold herself. And I understand it because James Colwell is a bitch too. It's this. I'm not. That ain't who I am. It will come out of my mouth, and that's just the way it is. I've always told you I don't care for Mariah, but I do respect her. I understand. We got a lot of those things going on together. That's probably why we don't see eye to eye. But she's a bitch. She is a bitch. She couldn't even hold it down. She got the twisted around and Jack, girl, she got a problem with Jackie. You hear me? She ain't a great black hope man, honey, and this, that, and the other. And I just don't see her that way, and all that old bullshit, and just a mess. And then how about neither one of them mentioned Contessa at all? When they was asked, Jason asked, who would you want to be thrown off the show? I was like, oh my God. They went through the people, and Mariah wouldn't say who she wanted thrown off. They did address about, her role between Bravo and creating the show and being on the show and all of that. And she said, I can't fire anybody. But anything that I ever said I want it done, it just don't get done when I say I want it done, but it's always gotten done. A bitch. I mean, a bitch. But ain't nothing wrong with that. It's cool. Just fucking admit it. A bitch. So I can't wait to actually see how many pieces of hate mail I get from this video, because they always say, oh, James, no, it's all there. All the receipts are there. If you want to see it, and you talk about receipts, go and see your girl being a bitch on there with Jason Lee and just acting a bitch. She really was. I said, oh my God, I can't believe she sat on here and exposed herself like this. Ridiculous. Another thing that Jason Lee actually unlocked in this interview that I thought was very interesting is that Heavenly actually admitted to the fact that everything that she does, and these were her own words, honey, everything she does on that show is all calculated and very thought out. all of her shade that she throws, all of her bullshit that she does. She knows exactly what she's doing. She ain't slow, and she ain't clueless to the shit that she does. She knows exactly what she's doing, honey. She knows when she's being a bitch. She knows, and she admitted it. And I was just tickled. I said, "Oh, you old messy ass." Oh, heavenly. A mess. The fact, it was fucking TV gold. Her and Heavenly, they were doing fine, and then they even addressed it. Y'all were like best friends when I came in here. Y'all were chit chat. Oh yeah, we cool. We this that the other. They couldn't even make it through the whole goddamn interview. They ended up arguing. They was going back and forth. Jason had to like stop. Jason did a better job of patrolling them than Andy does. Andy needs to call Jason to come in and do the goddamn reunion. Cause he did shut them up a couple times because they was going in. I said, oh my gosh, going in. Um, and like she said, told her, girl, you're a liar. You do lie. You lie a lot of times. You do this, you do that. And there was things that you kept seeing Heavenly catch herself and shutting up. And I guess it's probably some stuff that's going to come out as we go through the season. I said, a hot mess. I don't know who okayed them two to do this interview together, but it was a mess. It was a whole mess. Whole mess. Whole mess. But anyway, oh, and then they even addressed Kiana Dancy being let go from the sister circle. I said, oh, dropping T, child. Dropping T. And Heavenly was just like, well, because they were asking, do you think Quad had something to do with it? And they're like, and quite honestly, they've never said anything on Sister Circle. It kind of just happened the same way when Funky Dineva got let go from the show. Ain't nobody on the show said nothing that I know of. And then she was just gone. But I promise you, Kiana got rid of herself. Anybody got rid of Kiana. Kiana got rid of herself. Kiana would be she wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. Kiana's a comedian. She not, her polish ain't at the level that she need to be sitting on the sister circle. So they gave her a chance, but I'm sure she got rid of herself. But it was cool. It was cool. But anyway, this thing here, this interview was better than the first episode of Married to Medicine. Because Married to Medicine, first episode was a little lackluster until the end. And then we found out that whole end part, Mariah was doing what? Lying. Now, I can't wait to see how it all works out and how we get to realize what the lie was. But lying. She kept saying, I don't lie, I don't lie. And I apologized. Mess. Pure mess. Backpedaling, pussy popping. Can't even keep it together. I said, girl, you couldn't hold that bitch down. It just jumped up out of your ass. But you look good though, girl. You look good doing it. Anyway, y'all, I had to drop in and let y'all know. Go check it out, honey, on YouTube. Hollywood Unlocked with Jason Lee and Giovanni interviewing Dr. Heavenly and old Mariah Huck, honey, in her glory. Later.